parade we're working on, and a ceremony and a festival in Powderhorn Park. And every year it has a different theme. Freedom, freedom is coming, oh yes, and freedom, freedom. This year's theme was Sing, and it was based on music and more the act of that common vibration that is in all things. And vibrations surround us all the time. We give off vibrations, we feel it, it's like the whole universe, it's tiny, it's inside you, it's everywhere. And so music is the big expression of that. It begins in February with a meeting that happens here where people come and brainstorm about a particular theme, and then it is built and made real in this space, which becomes the big May Day workshop.
Basic materials are rubber ties, what we call rubber ties, or bicycle tires.
I'll tell you what I love about May Day is that the creation of it. Oh man, it's so powerful to be here with so many people. And it's spring, and everybody's creating, which releases all this energy. There's just so much, everyone's personal juices are flowing so much. It's a beautiful thing, you know. That's why I believe so much in people making art together.
Step by step, good people, step by step. There's a struggle to go on, victory to be won. Every hour, feel the power to go on. Side by side, good people, side by side.
It started out 25 years ago as a handful of people, maybe 200 max, doing a parade down Lake Street. Didn't have a theme, but it had 2 accordions, and it did have some big puppets. And we came into the park, and in the park there was just a very, very brief ceremony. There was a tree of life, which we raised. That was it, danced around. And then there was a festival of music and performing that happened.
That we have sweated for.
Parades are something that Americans understand. Americans will go out and see parades. But what we're really trying to do with the May Day Parade is put a theatrical component into it. We're trying to have it, we are having it, you know, present a message, as well as celebrate together.
I love sculpture, and I think that for me, the most exciting part of the work for me is actually in the sculpture and in the figurative form. And I love clay, and I love working with paper and paper mache, and I love the fact that it's so cheap and readily available. And I think that there's a part of me that just, I love doing this and watching it happen and really feeling like midwife to it, where it takes on its own life, and that is amazing. I am just constantly amazed by it. Sometimes I just look and I go, you know, what is this? What is this? What is this?
Each section of the May Day Parade tells a different aspect of whatever the theme is. And the theme of the parade this year is Wheels of Change. And the first, actually, wheels was kind of a secondary thought in terms of the process for how we came up with this year's theme. The first idea that we were thinking about was walls, because the Berlin Wall came down this year and Nelson Mandela walked out of prison, and there were certain news events, which really showed that walls were being, disassembled. Walls were being overcome. So we got to think about walls, but we thought, well, walls, that's so dreary. I mean, kind of. We just don't want to do a parade about walls. So then we got to thinking about, well, what's really happening? What's really the motivating force behind these walls coming down? And, well, somehow we came up with the idea of wheels of change.
So the entire parade breaks through the wall, and then we say, well, here is our entire parade, but it's our entire life. It's our life that reels around in ages. It's our life that spins around on the earth. And wait, there's a possibility. There is hope, and we need to pray together, and we need to have that vision for the future.
And our other basic material is cardboard. Generally bigger than this, but a good place to start with it.
Well, I think my favorite moments in May Day are right before the parade, when we have all these giant floats and we had to somehow wheel them down 15th Avenue to get to the parade lineup. And all of a sudden people are coming out of their doors and coming outside and saying, wow, it must be that parade again. And it was just so exciting. Everyone suddenly has a smile on their face. And that's what May Day is. It's about just recognizing the beauty, in each other, and having a day where that's the thing to do. Be out there and let other people see, the incredibleness that's all around us every day.
And then for tools, we use what we call a creature stapler, partially because it looks like a creature. Somebody was saying an alligator, which works, and utility knives. And those are what probably 90% of the things we do are made with.
May Day also serves to be a reminder of all of those forms of life that live here with the concrete. The trees that grow up, the bugs that crawl, the birds that swoop down. They live here too. And so to be able to represent all of the layers of life, the sun that comes, the sun that sets, the wind that blows, the moon that rises, the stars that shine, the water that pours down, the water that floods us, the drought that rises, the grass that grows through the cracks, the ants, everything. They're all part of the community.
These are a pair of our stilts that we make. Fairly simple to make. We use 2x4s and 2x2s. This piece is actually just plywood, and then another piece of 2x2 to create the separation. And then it's up to the performer as to the length. When you put this one on, it holds your foot to the bottom so that your foot doesn't pull away from the stilt and you lose control of it. Then we simply tie it in with straps of cloth. This happens to be some nice muslin that was a donation that we got. So you simply tie yourself in. The rest is foam, duct tape, and paint.
People look to Disney for mythology. For instance, Pocahontas or The Little Mermaid. These stories are more familiar to kids today than stories, that maybe came from Grimm's fairy tales or Aesop's fables. Or, you could pick any culture that has its own rich mythology and stuff, and all of that is being replaced by this corporate mythology.
But as an artist, and especially as a puppeteer, you have the ability to envision and to bring forth that, to manifest that energy in a very real form that is made of paper and paint, and that can dance on the street, and that can shake someone's hand, or that can, you know, wiggle a little bit and blow in the wind, and can shine with its colors or weep with its sorrow. I mean, every year I'm just inspired by what happens. People coming in and working. It's like the parade is an excuse to flaunt your creativity and to work on something concrete. But what's really happening is that people are coming together. And in that action of coming together, there's something really powerful that is emanated that's larger than any one person.
I mean, when you look at the prairie, I mean, when you look at her face and her coloring and that bowl with all of the things that are in it, it is the prairie. So I think that all of it is very mystical. I mean, I think mass and puppetry is very mystical, and it is very much about the spirit. I think May Day is a place where people who knew each other for 30 years and don't see each other every day or every week or every month, for that one day, we can come to that one place and see each other as we turn gray, as our children grow, as whatever, and we go, aha, we made it another year. And then we get replenished, and we can go and do what we do for the rest of this year, knowing that, yes, on the first Sunday of May, we will be on Bloomington Avenue, and we will see each other again. Yeah, so it's kind of like going to the Oasis and drinking, a long drink for the dry months ahead, yeah.
It's both a reminder to all of us to sing, to be vibrant, and to live our lives fully, and to be the individual voice that sings and notices things and sings about it and celebrate it, and also the choral voice that rises together to sing the beautiful chorus. And yeah, in some ways I really see it reflecting part of the mood of this gentle, fragile turnaround of the neighborhood beginning to vibrate with more energy and singing.